So around about a week ago, Nintendo, at their Mario Day, announced that they're working with Illumination on the next movie. And many people have been speculating that we are going to get a sequel to the Mario movie. Which, in my opinion, I don't agree with. Since, if we look at the movie, it states that, according to Miyamoto-san, quote, "This time, we're thinking about broadening Mario's world further, and it will have a bright and fun story. We'll hope you look forward to it." Which states that we're not sure if it's truly really going to be a sequel to the Mario movie, or it's going to be a spin-off that expands on the Mario cinematic universe. Since it's already been speculated at the time, after the movie came out about a couple of months ago, that we were going to get potential spin-off movies for Luigi and for Donkey Kong. But so far, we haven't had any information that really confirms that statement. And I personally think that we might get a spin-off movie to a new character or an old character, which we haven't seen yet, or that we might potentially get a Punch-Out movie, since Punch-Out was heavily referenced in the Mario movie. And I also think that it would be pretty interesting that they would try to expand that there are multiple games in the Mario universe. But I also really think that even though the director Chris from Illumination said that all the artists and the directors from the Mario movie are coming back to work on the new movie, I think it's still kind of not very likely that we are going to in fact get a sequel to the Mario movie. And I noticed that while I was going online yesterday, I read through a post that Sippo made saying that quote, "The 2026 Mario adjacent film is a spin-off plus Luigi's Mansion scoops." He says, "Happy belated Mario Day to all of you out there in the Mushroom Kingdom. We've had quite few Mario announcements over the weekend, including Lego Mario Kart, and released the announcements of Paper Mario and Luigi's Mansion 2. Obviously, the biggest deal was the announcement of our brand new film based around the world of Super Mario Bros. Essentially meaning this is not a sequel to the Mario Bros. Movie, if you were wondering. I can confirm from my own sources that it is indeed the case. This movie is a spin-off. Here's where it gets crazy. I'm hearing that this film is either Luigi's Mansion or the Donkey Kong film, both of which are in development at Illumination. I do not know which film has taken the April 2026 date, but I do know a few things that point to it being the former. I'm also hearing that the Next Level Games Switch 2 debuted, Luigi's Mansion 4, is set to release in the first half of 2026. The game is sounding incredibly ambitious, and this is easily the biggest and most expensive game Next Level has ever made. Expect absolutely mind-blowing visuals, animation, and a game that is twice the size as Luigi's Mansion 3. Thought Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart looked good? This blows it out of the water. That's a guarantee. That leads me to believe that Nintendo wants both products to release around the same time to keep the brand synergy going. It makes perfect sense to me. Another thing that's interesting is that the movie is only about the start animation, meaning this movie is only going to roughly about 22 to 23 months of production, which is astoundingly low, even for Illumination standards. It also means a lot of things from the previous film are going to be reused. This also falls in the line with what I've heard. Universal wants more Mario-related films in the theaters as soon as possible, and as quickly as they can make them. Whether it's a good or a bad thing is entirely up to you to decide. So that's all for now. We will be waiting a bit for official details, but things are indeed coming. Stay tuned. So yeah, I was actually surprised about this post because I had that stance, this isn't a sequel to the Mario movie since, about a week ago now after the Mario Day video was released. And I've got tons of blowback for it because, why wouldn't they be making a sequel to the Mario movie? Because, it was announced on Mario Day, so why wouldn't we get a sequel to the Mario movie? Well, my counter to that is, okay, then if that were the case, why did we get announcements of Luigi's Mansion 2 remake or remaster and Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door remake? Since, they aren't the same thing. Since Luigi's Mansion is an entirely different game, and Paper Mario, it's its own entire separate universe. And also, it hasn't, again, if it really was truly to be a sequel, why haven't they just said it up frontly that, oh yeah, we are making a sequel to the Mario movie? Or something like a marketing tactic being like, oh, that we are continuing to have fun adventures with the Mario cast, and we're trying to expand Mario as a character and all the other types, typical marketing speak. So I really think it's been kind of weird why it hasn't been upfront with it first, that, oh yes, this is a direct sequel to the Mario movie, or anything else, matter of fact. I mean, I kind of thought that we suspected that we were going to get Luigi's Mansion 4, but yeah, since I heard that Luigi's Mansion 3 really did a good job, I made millions, actually. But I really hope that the spin-off movie is going to be good. Again, I think it might be a Punch-Out movie, or could potentially be the Luigi or Donkey Kong movies, which would be pretty interesting in my opinion, since, they kind of were a little bit underutilized in the film, to be honest. And looking back at it, I think the Mario movie was a fine movie. It's an okay movie. It's not the best movie. And I kind of, in my own honest opinion, think it's a glorified commercial, and it's just filled with member berries and such. Since if you really think about it, there weren't any memorable moments if you really want to look in and find night and details with it. But I might do a whole movie review if that's the case. But well, besides that, anyway, it's been kind of a dry spell for Mario, yes, in general, since the only games we're going to get this year, there's more first party stuff is Princess Peach Showtime, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, and that's pretty much basically it in terms of, the first party stuff happening this year, which, also would have led to that we would have gotten the Switch 2 release this year, but now has now been rumored to be delayed till next year. And speaking of the Switch 2, I'm actually planning to do an analysis on the Nintendo Switch and do my own little review of the Nintendo Switch as a console, and how, despite all these 7 years, the Switch is actually a mediocre console. I know, that sounds really weird to say, but I will be doing a deep dive of the Switch as a whole, in my own opinion and my experience with the console, and also later down the line try to explain what they could have done better and how the Switch could have been a much better console than what we've gotten. But that's going to be all for today. I thank you for watching and listening to me hear my opinions, and I hope you guys have a great day today. So, see ya. Bye bye.